Okay, so I'm continuing from last time about Michael Jackson, and I was talking about the childlikeness, and um, I think specifically I was about to talk about Mr. Rogers, how childish he was, like doing those voices, and if you watch the videos where like he has the puppet and he's totally like fully engaged into like the puppet, like he's put his soul there and his heart and mind there. And the kids interact with the puppets like it's him. I mean, like it's not him, but like alive. Like it's alive. Like it's real. Yeah. But like that's like magic, okay? That is only something that kids would really deeply be able to connect with. We see that, and we see the man standing right behind with his arm shoved into this, puppet, and we're like, okay, okay. But kids can see that, and they can see their imagination is like open to see a friend. And so, like that security I mentioned before about how, like Charlie Chaplin, Michael Jackson, and Mr. Rogers, they didn't have childhoods. And so that's why you see this outrage manifesting in the form of creating what they didn't have for those children. That they were, I mean, like, I don't want to say inviting into their lives, but really they were reaching out and caring about them. And so their art was for them. And that's who received it the most. And it's incredible because um, the movement now of people who are defending Michael after he's gone, he can't defend himself. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a testament to the authentic love that was outpoured through his music, through his lyrics. Please listen to some, like actually listen to the lyrics, as you should with all musicians that you listen to. Um, this is kind of important actually, since I'm bringing up Charlie Chaplin to like Mr. Rogers to Michael Jackson. I know Michael Jackson and Mr. Rogers like cross time frames, but like Charlie Chaplin, I bring up for an important reason, is because media has changed so much from that time, but that there is artists like these that exist, and I think it's getting less. There's less HSPs who are artists because they don't formulate things to what the world, what's trending, what the world wants. Um, but copyright. I want to bring up copyright because there's intellectual property when an artist creates art. And I think it was like, okay, and I'm paraphrasing. Again, I should prepare before I do this, but um, before, I think the law was that if someone died, they their copyright would end and it was open to the public. Then it became like public property, if you will, and people can use that for inspiration. And so you saw this not recycling of old material, but really display of appreciation and value in what came before, with like DJing, when there were samples. Hip hop is the most obvious version of this because they're literally taking a piece of something and incorporating it into music, and it's beautiful, it's great. But times have changed and laws have changed, and it's intentional that people want to make money off of dead artists. Like, you can go down that rabbit hole on your own in the internet. It's there's a lot, and some maybe you think is too much, some I don't doubt, but there's definitely still people making money off of these legends. And it's absolutely tragic because most of them don't have good intentions. Wade Robson, he is he's I don't even call him what he is. It's too bad to do that to a man that made your career, that got you to where you were. And after actually listening to more from the last video, I heard his defense, what he said in the courts. And it was that Michael Jackson had this prophecy about him, how he would be the next, like, Steven Spielberg or something. And that because Michael said that and he failed and he was crushed with the pressure of what Michael Jackson expected of him, I disagree that that's how Michael Jackson was. From a standpoint of judging Michael Jackson's personality from the people who really loved and cared about him collectively, it doesn't make sense. He wouldn't put an expectation on a kid like that. Because, again, going back to his own history, his dad had some sort of unrealistic expectation, and I mean, he kind of passed it, but he was trying to please and earn love from his parents, and clearly it was not reciprocated enough. Like, he loved his mom, but I think if she really loved him, she would be reaching out to Deborah and being like, yo, Deborah, I want to see what my son has left for me. So I'm being over judgmental right now about people's personalities. And maybe she doesn't even know about Deborah Willis. Like, maybe, I don't know what Michael Jackson's mom, how she is on the computer and whatnot. But if she knows about Deborah and she loves Michael, it makes sense that she would want that too. Yeah. But having an expectation on someone is not loving them. Hoping, believing in them is another thing. Parents who have, yeah, a lot of my friends, Asian friends that I grew up with, their parents had super high expectations of them, and I saw the pressure and how it was hurting, and that's not healthy and it's not loving. But if you are believing in your child and encouraging them and hoping, that they can achieve what it is, whatever it is, whether it's something that they have expressed that they want, which would be really loving. If it's something that you think that they should be doing, why maybe? But anyway, I don't buy that at all. Man, this guy's full of crap. And he's out for money, and that's why he's doing all of this. That's why Leaving Neverland exists, because he reached out to all these people and organized this. This is all stuff that I heard in court documents, in the playlist below that you can go and you can check out. And he only started reaching out like around 2011 or something, like not even any contact, any of him reaching out beforehand. And that was also a time where he had a huge opportunity that he kind of, messed up. And so this was his way to be like, okay, well, how am I going to make money? I keep failing at my job. I kind of suck. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I've said enough on this topic. Comment. I like discussions. I don't actually like just talking at something, which is what this is. So, yeah, I'll be responsive for sure. And please check out the playlist below with these videos, because it's quite clear what the truth is if you have proper discernment and care. If you don't care about Michael Jackson and you're just like, ew, I want to hear the gossip, you're probably one of those people who are not watching right now, and just watch whatever's on Netflix and don't search out beyond, what you're just given. So, on that note, I'm going to go. I might start talking about something else. I need to really express and get stuff out. That's why I can't keep on topic. There's so much going on right now, and I'm also stressed, and life is. But not that that's entertaining. So, I'm going to go now.